We're live.
You're just going like that? Just going off rip? No intro?
Nope, no intro.
All right.
Stupid again song. I'm not trying to get fucked by YouTube when we go big.
Copyrighted.
But yeah, let's just keep going on the beer dice tab, dude. That is all I can think about.
Dude, so beer die tournament, Labor Day weekend, for anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about. We got all the boys, probably gonna be like 10 of us, my backyard, the beach, wherever we do it. I bought 20 multicolored dice today, so everyone could pick their own die, so they're all happy with it. I got my folding tables all set up. Dildos coming through with another folding table. I bought 3 trophies today, so we're gonna split 2, like one each to the winning team. I got another one I'm gonna give to the least valuable player. So it's looking like bags.
I was just gonna say, can I do a pre-vote for least valuable player? Who you got, Sam or Bags? Who gets the worst hands award?
Matt.
He's gonna be
worst stomach award is Sam.
We're already ripping Matt. All right, well,
he's the man, dude.
I'm gonna rip Jackson. Jackson could be standing on the dock over by the old fucking restaurant we used to go to and couldn't throw the dice in Sunset Lake. Let's be real. And he's wearing a mask.
The Bayview. Jackson gets so fucked up, though, in his defense before the game. He drinks the most, Jackson, like every night, so I got to give it to him. And now Matt, I just love ripping on Matt. But, he's one third of MMA gossip, bro. Got to give myself the self-plug. But he's the man. You just got to give him shit because he does have the worst hands.
Yeah, definitely. But, dude, yeah. For whoever's listening, not right now because it's live, but when you do listen, if you haven't played Beer Die, you gotta. There's not a more competitive, addicting, skilled drinking game than Beer Die or Snappa. And the difference is Beer Die, standing up, extreme throws in the air, Snappa, sitting down. 4 sips, don't be a pussy.
See, it depends on my mood, but I like playing Snappa more because it's more, you can just do it in more places. It's easier to set up. Like Beer Die, you got to commit to. It's like an athletic event. You know what I mean? Which is why it's more fun when you're really fucking doing it. But like overall, Snappa is just so easy.
Yeah, I agree.
And the hands always come into play, baby.
I know. Hands, like Snappa's more of a second base shortstop kind of game. You got to be quick.
Well, it's me and you this Labor Day, so I hope you're prepared, bro. Break those fucking hands.
$100 a head, is that it, or $100 a team?
$100 a head.
How many teams do you think we'll get?
We'll probably have 5 teams.
That's a $1,000.
It'll be me and you, Mark and Jackson, Sam and Dan, my cousin Frankie and Joey, Matt, and whoever his partner is. Yeah. 10 of us. We'll have $1,000, $500 a person to the winners.
No Dylan?
Who?
No Riley?
Well, I don't know. Right now, I know his family does a big Labor Day party every year. So I think last year he came for only a day or something. I don't know. We got to figure it out. See what happens. Do it, bro. It's your podcast. Do your fucking thing.
You want a beer?
Yeah, throw me one. But if you guys are listening to this, in the future, once Kale blows up, make sure you guys, it's important, I say it all the time on my podcast, like the video, comment, and subscribe. It's free for you to do, and it helps Kale out big fucking time. I tweeted today, we just got our 50th subscriber today. Now we're closer to 55.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. 300 followers? Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, on Instagram. Yeah, we got hit 300 today, and we hit 300 today, and I think we're up near 315 now.
How many on Twitter you got?
18,000.
Damn, I need to check that. Dude, for those of you who, I know I had my buddy Ishmael hit me up today about MMA gossip. If I know you guys.
He followed me.
Yeah, I know, yeah. He was one of the kids that I commented. Check MMA X Gossip out on Instagram and Twitter. I know Mikey talks to Brendan Allen a lot. Chris has talked to Gregor Gillespie.
Brian Kelleher.
Yeah, they're talking to some people. It's a matter of time until our boy Aljo Sterling comes on, though. I feel like he's going to be the moneymaker. But follow MMA.
We got to get him because, I met him, Matt met him a couple times, so hopefully we can snag him on the podcast. There it is.
MMA gossip. There you go, guys and girls. Dude, hell yeah.
But what else is going on, dog? What's going on?
I'm going to talk about it a little bit.
I guess
I'm waiting on my – I'm not waiting. I'm anxious to get to Los Angeles to meet with my boy Ed Soares, CEO of LFA. Hopefully going to be working with him and his partner George under Tough Media and Black House, acting as a MMA agent for them. So yeah, really excited. For those of you who don't know, Ed Soares, he's a pioneer of the sport of mixed martial arts, in my opinion, especially on the business side. Started out with Legacy, I believe. I should know this. Was just an entrepreneur growing up, though. Was managing bands and artists and nightclubs like growing up. Then he had kids and everything, and he went to it was a show in Brazil called the Mecca. That was like their Bellator or whatever. Actually, it was probably like their UFC or whatever at the time. And George was the CEO of Mecca, and that's where Ed Soares saw Anderson Silva, and Anderson Silva actually lost that fight in a decision, but like. It was said that he like pretty much won the fight. Anyway, Ed Soares is like, I want that fucking kid, and like they had a radio show, and that's how they got like talking to Dana and all them and made those relationships. And then he just started signing people. It's obviously much more detailed and skilled than that, but shout out Ed Soares. Look forward to working with him and his team, and really excited to get involved in the sport of mixed martial arts even more on the business side. Hell yeah, brother!
Yeah, dude, that's so pimp. And then. We're going to do all of us a favor and get his ass on the podcast.
No,
dude, that's awesome. I'm happy as fuck for you.
Sure.
You shot your shot. It fucking swished. That was awesome. Props to you. You deserve it. I say that all the time. I'm happy as fuck for you. And yeah, dude, I guess I'm transitioning this, but congratulations. You want to get into the fucking fights?
Dude, yeah. I'm going to get the fight card out.
Who do you got in the main event, bro? Real quick. I'll rattle it off. Who do you want to win? DC. And who do you think is going to win? Do you think it's the same person?
Do you know the fight card off the top of your head?
The entire fight card? I mean, I know the main card. DC and Stipe is obviously the main event. Co-main is O'Malley and Marlon Vera. Then it's Rosenstruik and JDS, Dodson and Marab, and Ankalaev and Kutalaba.
Yeah, let's do
all the way down. That's the main card.
So, I think JDS is going to win.
I'm rooting for JDS.
Think he's fought other than Ngannou tougher people. I think he's been through the trenches more. I think Rosenstruik just got fucking embarrassed. Not that people can't come back, but I don't know. I always say there's levels to this, and I don't know. Also, Nick Davis podcast picked our JDS, and he's been pretty accurate with his picks.
There you go. I think that. What'd you say about Yingling?
Dick Yingling.
Matt just texted me and goes, "Come outside." I said, "I'm on Kale's podcast." Shout out Matt, who we're talking about. Yeah. But JDS is more experienced. Obviously, he's been around forever. Ex-UFC heavyweight champion. He had the trilogy with Cain Velasquez. So we're really dating ourselves. The only thing that fears, like any other fight with JDS, or especially a heavyweight with that much experience, also comes chinniness, just because being, 35 years old in the heavyweight division, chin just isn't the same. It's impossible for it to be the same, so it's not a slight towards JDS. He's clear. I think he's a better boxer. I don't even think that. I know that he's a better boxer. Obviously, Rosenstruik is coming in here with the power, but also he got obliterated in his last fight, and there's always question marks when you come. Is he going to be gun shy whatsoever? With plus money, I'm riding with JDS also, bro.
Do you know what the odds are off the top of your head? I'm checking now.
No, dude, I'm not a gambler. I just love the fights. I make my picks straight up off my analysis of the fight, not the odds, because I don't fucking know shit. I don't know how the odds work. I'm not a handicapper. It's probably close though, less than 2-1 either way. Like Rosenstruik's probably like -1.
On FanDuel.
And what's Rosenstruik, like -150? There you go.
Yeah.
That's where I expected it to be.
Yeah.
Well, I'll take JDS at plus money, knowing he's the underdog. You know what I mean? Like that fight, like that. JDS his past few fights been an underdog. So.
Yeah. O'Malley.
What about him?
What do you think's gonna happen?
I mean, who doesn't love Sean O'Malley, dude? He's a fucking pimp. Like, he is the man. He really is the man. He talks the talk, walks the walk, does the whole nine. He shows up, when USADA's out on his case for caffeine pills, he's fucking showing up and showing out. The UFC clearly wants him to win. They're promoting him just right. This is definitely a legitimate step up in competition over like people like Eddie Wineland and Andre Sukumtoth and people of that nature, Terrion Ware. But I think it's the right level of step up. Cheeto is very good on the ground. That's what everyone's basing it off of. But he doesn't have great wrestling, so getting O'Malley there is kind of going to be difficult. O'Malley's long. He's rangy. He can move a lot. Covers a lot of distance well. And Cheeto – and has good jiu-jitsu. So Cheeto, I think, is good enough jiu-jitsu to fend off Cheeto's attacks if, indeed, the fight does go to the ground. And his striking is just levels better. The line on that, I know for a fact, just because people have been talking about it everywhere, is like 3-1 for O'Malley, maybe even more, which I think is super steep. Like, I do think O'Malley's a favorite, even like a 2-1 favorite. But I think where the line is now is kind of crazy. Like, I'm not going to touch it. But, I mean, this fight is tailor-made for O'Malley to win.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's going to be interesting. This is definitely a step up.
I would bet it by decision before I bet O'Malley straight up.
Yeah.
Cheeto's tough to put away.
3 rounds, right? I don't know, dude. I love O'Malley. I think he's excellent. I've only seen Marlon fight a couple times, but like after the Shabazian loss, I'm just like always concerned. But I think O'Malley's different than Shabazian. But there's always that time where people meet their competition, and I sometimes think that O'Malley can be looking too far ahead. Like, I hate how he's going at Cody so much in a sense.
It's good and bad. He's in the right position to do so.
I just get that eerie feeling that sometimes the good's going to come to an end for a little bit. Like Johnny Walker, too.
I completely agree, but I think there was different steps. Like Corey Anderson won tough, super battle tested, and beat Johnny Walker, who's an upcoming prospect, who's been KO'd before. Edmund Shabazian, I said all over the podcast, he opened at our podcast. He was open at minus 160 and closed at minus 360. That's insane. The odds at first were even, but again, Derek Brunson, veteran, was beating Yoel Romero for 2 rounds. He knocks out Lyoto Machida. He's knocked out like top dogs in the division. Him and Robert Whitaker brawled for 1 round. He ended up losing that fight, but he was this close to winning that fight. And next thing you know, he would have been getting the Vitor fight and fight. Well, then Vitor beat his ass. But anyway, I'm rambling. Brunson's legit. He's a legit middleweight. He almost has more fights in the UFC than Edmund Shabazian has years on earth. So, Cheeto, on the other hand, yes, he's good. Yes, he's battle tested. This is the right step up. Would I fade O'Malley against Garbrandt? Definitely. But I don't think right now is the time to fade O'Malley yet. Once he enters the top 15, top 10, and starts fighting those guys, then it's going to be time to fade him. But I just see him winning this fight.
Yeah. Yeah, I certainly want him to win. I see him winning it. I just get that eerie feeling. But
I feel you.
I, of course, want him to win. All right. Let's jump to the main event. Of course, I want DC to win, and I think he is going to win. I think he's going to wrestle. Yeah, I think he's going to win. I'm not sure how, though. I'm concerned. Yeah. I'm confused. I don't know if he's just gonna grind it out like Anderson Silva, like he did to Anderson Silva, or if he's gonna fucking box him, but not be a dick about it.
I think that, like DC said it, I totally believed it going to fight. Granted, I'm a enormous DC fan, so I'm biased. But how could you not like either one of these guys? You know what I mean? But Stipe's been kind of like, I don't know. His attitude as the past 2 years kind of been not Stipe. Like he's kind of just seems like, I don't know, over people. But what was I going to say? Oh, look, my dog's snoring. Brody, can you hear that? Brody's having a dream. Brody, he's awake. But I think that DC's wrestling is light years ahead of Stipe's Stipe is a legit wrestler, legit boxer. Stipe's boxing's better, but striking in the both fights, DC was outstriking Stipe until the fourth round, obviously, of the last fight. Knocked him out cold in the first round of the first fight, and then the second fight was up on the scorecards by 3 rounds and literally gave the fight away. I don't think DC makes those adjustments, if that makes sense. Like, I think he still has the same openings. Like, DC, he likes to hand fight, and that's every time. He still dips to the same side every time, but he's never going to change that. But it's got him to the show, 2-weight world champion. I just think that, like DC said, he's a better fighter than Stipe and doesn't see where in the first fight Stipe is better than he is. Yes, he won the fight. Yes, Stipe won the fight. Fourth round was just a wave. DC got tired going into that. So I think he is going to come in wrestle heavy, but not too wrestle heavy, because that's how you get yourself out, especially at heavyweight. So my analysis on the fight is I think DC's going to come out. I think he's going to win the first round super convincingly, and then kind of strike the second round, and then go back in the third round and try to wrestle again and maybe close the show in the third round, like Rumble style.
So you don't think
where I don't know. I don't think so, especially for the fact that I think the smaller cage really benefits TC. He's going to be able to get in close, and they're going to be stuck there. It's not going to be, if he could cut off Stipe, because DC, is all about that forward pressure. Make Stipe backpedal. When you're backpedaling, you're covering a significant more amount of space in the octagon than if you're coming forward. And if Stipe is trying to, make those angles, DC's going to have a much easier time cutting them off in the smaller cage. This is 2 big boys in a little cage, so.
Rumors are that DC is coming in thick.
I think, he's probably coming at he said 240 to 242. In the first fight, I think he was 236, and the second fight he was like 250. So I think DC is trying to come in a little lighter than he did last time for the cardio reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, that is thick boy for someone who used to fight at 205.
You're picking DC to win.
Yeah.
Do you think Stipe retires if he loses?
No, I don't think so. I think because Stipe is still right at the top of the heavyweight division, he could get a big fight. Like if he lost, he can fight someone like Curtis Blades and wins that fight and fights for the belt again.
Or you think the title will go vacant, and then DC will fight?
And then that's a good call. I don't think DC will fight Ngannou. I almost think that the winner of this fight,
if Stipe would, say DC wins, DC retires, title's vacant. Stipe versus Ngannou.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's a great possibility. I love that you said that. I think that's 100% a possibility. One thing, though, is DC's been so adamant that no matter what, after this fight, he's retiring. And then as of like a week ago, he was like, yeah, if the money's right, maybe I'll do it again. Because if John Jones came to heavyweight or something.
He said on Monday
on
DC and Ariel Helwani show that this is absolutely it. He told Okamoto this is absolutely it. So, but he likes money.
And then on Embedded, he said, we'll see. I think he is going to retire, but it can't hurt to keep your fucking options open. If they offer him $10 million to fight John Jones, I'm sure that motherfucker will say yes.
Yeah. That would please them both.
It would. I would love to see that too at heavyweight.
Say DC wins, takes off into the sunset. Who do you got Jones facing next? Do you think he would fight?
No, I don't think he would go right to – I don't think Jones wants to do that, and I think he's being serious about that. Unless they show him the fucking money, because he has essentially – he has cleared out 205. It doesn't look like Dominic Reyes is getting that rematch. I know Thiago Santos just had a fight announced.
Who's he fighting?
Jan Blachowicz. No one wants to see that. Maybe Dominic Reyes. I'm trying to think. They just announced a fight, but then one of them was hurt.
Reyes is
We'll see. He's on the shelf, which I don't think is a good look for him because I don't think he's getting that Jones rematch right now, even though I think he does deserve it. I don't think it's happening right now. I just don't think that Jones wants to fight. Jones doesn't want to go from 205 straight to fighting for the belt. I think he wants a warm-up fight. I think Jones would fight someone that is a light heavyweight at heavyweight in a big fight, but there's no one really at light heavyweight to make that big fight with. If that makes sense. Jones, I don't believe that Jones is just going to go up there and fucking fight Ngannou or some shit for a vacant title. I don't see that in any world. You know what I mean? I think he wants to figure out how he can fight at heavyweight. He's really fucking smart with that, and he gets a lot of slack for that, just like Mayweather. UFC 151, Fights canceled on short notice. John Jones, they're like, okay, here's Chael. I think he was supposed to fight was it Hendo? I'm trying to think who it was. And then the fight canceled at the last minute, and they were like, okay, here's Chael Sonnen. And he was like, no, I'm not fighting on short notice.
Yeah. They hate each other.
He's smart with that. I know. Well, Jones beat the shit out of him when they did fight, so.
Chael just chirps at him, dude, all the time.
For clicks. That's what it's all about, baby.
What do you think about Michael Chandler? What do you think he's going to do? Were we arguing about this Friday night when we were drunk? Or what the hell were we talking about?
Yeah, no, and I say it all the time. Like, when his last contract expired, I think he was 31 or 32, and I would have literally jizzed in my pants if he signed with the UFC then. Eddie Alvarez was still in the UFC, things of that sort, and there's a lot more fights for him. Like, McGregor was still active at that point, or more active than he is now, so, like, it just puts people in mess. Not that he's going to fight McGregor, obviously, but then people were in the sweepstakes, Tony, Dustin, Justin, Habib, McGregor, the heap of that division, Hooker now, like him versus Hooker would be insane. Him versus Felder right now, insane. Oliveira, insane. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want them to come in, fucking have him fight Cowboy or something. That'd be so whack. But Chandler is legitimately a top 10 in the UFC. It's a shame that we never saw it. But what I tweeted, and I stand by, is I do not want to see him get the Ben Askren treatment, where he comes in the UFC at 30. He's 34 now. By the time he fights, he'll be 35. I don't want to see him come to the UFC, go 1-1 or 1-2, and everyone's like, oh, Michael Chandler's not that good. Like, he was never that UFC quality. It's like, yes, he fucking was. He was beating everyone in Bellator. Now you got him when he's 35 years old. He's been in wars since he's 25. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. But I would like his fucking chances against a lot of guys in the top 15.
Yeah.
He's got great wrestling, great jiu-jitsu, great striking.
Yeah, there's a lot of good fights to make there. Is he a small survivor?
No. He couldn't, because they did the super fight. He fought Pitbull at 155 because there's no way he can make 145. He's even done 160-pound catchweight fights, and he said he would fight like Koreshkov at 170 before he fought at 145. So he's not a huge lightweight, but like like Gaethje could never make 145, or Khabib could never make 145. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
But
that'll be interesting. Well, anything else you want to cover?
How many training partners?
You just
what's up?
Big time.
Did I? What about now? Am I good?
Yeah.
I said he trains at Stanford MMA with big time fucking UFC guys. Kamaru Usman was one of his training partners. Now looks like Usman's in Denver, but Gilbert Burns, Michael Johnson, he's always training with UFC caliber guys, so they know how he stacks up in the fucking gym. You know what I mean?
Do you think Usman's going to stay with Whitman?
Yeah, because it looks like Burns is his next fight, so.
Yeah, true. Who do you got on that one, Usman?
Yeah.
How? Decision?
Yep. I don't know. Burns is super tough. I don't think he's going to go shoot for takedowns because Burns is so fucking high level in jiu-jitsu and has really good fucking wrestling himself. But I do think he could control him there anyway. They know each other better than anyone. They train together for years now. But I think that Usman is he is bigger and he has better striking. So the rest, usually what happens in two grapplers fight is it stays standing. It's going to be interesting. Usman get him up against the cage.
Masvidal, Leon Edwards.
I would watch the shit out of it.
I would too. It's a dangerous fight for Masvidal.
It's a dangerous fight for both guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Hypothetically speaking, if Masvidal fought Conor, who do you got?
That would have to be at 170. Yeah, because Masvidal can't cut that weight now. I don't know, because probably Masvidal, I guess, but Conor. No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't. Conor looked fucking good against Cowboy, obviously, but it's Cowboy. Masvidal whooped his ass too. I want to see McGregor fight again, dude. Now McGregor's 32 years old, and he's only fought 2 times in the past 3 fucking years. So
and I
want to see him back in there. I want to see what he looks like.
He's not going to fight until 2021. Do you think he'll ever fight without fans? Yeah, he's going to have to.
No, I don't think. Well, yeah, I think that he would fight with fans before almost Dana White wants him to fight without fans, because that's God knows how much gate they're losing. You know, you're talking like well into 8 figures.
Yeah, I mean,
$20 million, $25 million.
Charge the pay-per-view $5 more, $10 more.
Still doesn't even come close to covering it, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a lie. Not close, but I mean, 5 more.
Picture $2 million.
Yeah, but the only way you can get 2 million buys is if you fought Masvidal now, or Habib rematch.
Yeah. 2 million buys times 10, whatever.
Then you're getting there.
Yeah.
20.
There you go. I don't know. Dude, I want to see McGregor fight live before I die, or before he quits. I guess that should probably come first.
Yeah. I saw him fight in MSG.
Did you see him twice?
He won both belts.
Or just against Eddie?
Eddie was 205. When else did he fight in the Garden? Did he fight in the Garden more than once? No.
He was in the Garden with Mac Presser.
Yeah, no, he was in Barclays. I was there for that too. But
really, when the fucking money got dumped on him?
Yeah.
That was gangster.
That was stupid. That whole event, honestly, and you know me, I'm a hardcore fan. That shit was whack. Like, being in Barclays, the event was supposed to start at 6. We were in our seats at like 5:50, and McGregor and Mayweather didn't even come out until like 7:30. So we just sat in our seats for like an hour and 45 minutes. Just nothing. Like, they had random people that were like at the event, like, you know, like famous people go on stage and just start talking. They had some idiot like start rapping, and like the crowd, like you're looking around, like everyone was hyped up, you know, Irish flags, everyone, you know, chanting, and for like the first like 20 minutes, and then it was like, all right, we've just chanted and screamed and threw beer for 20 minutes, and now it's a dead silent arena. And by the time they got out there, everyone was like already over it, kind of.
Yeah.
So like, and then they only talked like 15 minutes.
That whole thing seemed a little
it was played out.
Yeah. Scripted.
Huge money grab.
Scripted.
No, It wasn't scripted at all, but both of them knew, like, okay, I'm making $100 million. I'm not going to fucking fight this guy on stage. You know what I mean?
We got close.
Not really. That part to me is just like Dylan Dennis or someone stupid like that would throw a punch before McGregor or Mayweather would ever even think about it.
Yeah. Dude, Dylan Dennis.
Like, that was when McGregor fucking rubbed Mayweather's head. That was hilarious because he knew that, like, realistically nothing's going to happen. You know what I mean?
Oh, my God, dude. If he would have done that to Conor would have punched him in the face.
He would have got up and – I don't think he would have punched him in the face, but he would have retaliated way more than laugh. Like, he would have got up and, like, shoved his ass or thrown, like, a fake kick or something. Like, that's what the aspect that was cool to me, though, was – I'm just obviously biased, but that if they fought on stage in, like, a fucking street fight, obviously McGregor's going to whoop his ass. You know what I mean? Like, that would have been the cool factor. I said the whole time McGregor should have came out and thrown a kick in the boxing match. Like, not to land, but, like, open up the fight. Just, like, throw a high kick. Like, just flick it out there before they were even near each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Could you imagine?
That would have been fucking cool. I thought he was going to do some shit like that. He did come out with, like, the spread stance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I watched that house in
college. And the fucking hammer fist.
I watched that fight in college, and when McGregor lost, my whole house started chanting, fuck Kale. And there was like 100 people there.
I was actually at your house. I watched that at your house.
Really? Oh, yeah.
Down down here.
$100 on that.
That's hilarious.
Well, I'm going to go shoot my bow because I need to practice. Shout out.
I got to come through soon.
Mountain Ups. They want to check the
code Brusso20.
Huh?
I said code Brusso20.
Oh, dude. Poon 202.
Swipe up.
All right, brother.
But,
we got a beer dye tournament to win.
That's what I was about to say, bro. I know you're shooting your bow, getting that trigger finger going. Just make sure that right hand is good, bro. Keep it nice and soft. I don't want no calluses. It's got to be soft. Lotion that shit up, baby. Keep it soft for the dice.
I'm gonna demand Riley to play me one-on-one tonight, right here.
Let's go, dude. We should Zoom call and play and like gentlemen say what they did on the other side of the table. You gotta throw it up and I'll
throw it off the window or a wall.
Dude, for real. But seriously, let's get it, bro. It's me and you. So let's win some fucking $1,000, bro.
Much love, dude. I appreciate you doing this for me. Everybody check out MMA X Gossip on Instagram and Twitter. They're doing great things. We just want to spread the sport that we love. And yeah, talk about it, have fun with it. So, all right. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it.
Thank you, bro. I want to say thank you.
All the time, man. I'll probably talk to you tonight.
Yeah, thank you again, Kale. I appreciate it. I love being on it. I love just talking. It feels like I'm FaceTiming you. So I appreciate it, dog.
Let's do it again soon.
All in all.